Hey y'all, it's Daisy, and I'm here for the Couch to Garden Fast Startup for Beginners. I am from the Victory Garden Collective, and today I'm going to make it fun to hedge off inflation for you. I'm telling you guys, I've been doing this for 12 years, and I got into it for my mental health because let's be honest, life's hard. You need things that help replenish you. You moms out there, you know what I'm talking about. I come into this greenhouse, this is the place I get away from all the people. I got to do the things. I got to grow the stuff. It's what's happening around here. I want to turn you on to that joy. And also, you know, we get vegetables. We get to come help our mental health and our physical health, and we get food. It's fun. So what I'm going to go over is your why. You begin with your end. What do you actually eat? When I say victory garden, I mean, let's celebrate your victories, because when you see all those lists of all this food, I don't eat half of those foods. What am I going to eat? What does my family eat? Let's make that list. And then, hey, you know what? I've partnered with seedtime.us, and I plug in the things that I'm actually going to grow and eat, because this time of year, my ADD goes a little bit wild and I want to plant everything. Number one, I don't have room for all that. Number two, I'm not going to eat that, so it's going to go to waste. I have animals, nothing goes to waste around here, let's be honest. And also, I'm raising a teenager. Can we talk about feeding that bottomless pit? Anyhow, so you have to decide, hey, am I going to plant things directly by seed, or am I going to buy them by starts? Okay, or like mini greenhouses. Another story for another day. I probably need to drop that link below so that you can get in on that. It's a little past that time, but if you're going to put them directly in the ground, wonderful. If you're going to start them, even better. But this time of year, you probably got to go buy some things. Okay, go buy your starts. That's fine. And it's just a matter of where do you want to end up. Guys, I'll be honest with you. I get to the end of the year, if I have not produced everything I want to produce to put up what I need to put up for my family, I go to produce auctions. What is your end goal? Your end goal is to feed yourself and your family, hedge off inflation, and have fun. Okay, and it's way fun to actually grow this stuff. So that's where we go. And in this video, we're going to talk about your why. What do you actually eat? Making that list, deciding whether you're going to do seeds or starts, and then putting some seeds into the ground. I'm going to do a separate thing on each thing I'm planting. And if you have no idea where to start, there's going to be another video of a spaghetti or a taco garden. So just something that's like, okay, I don't want to do all that. I just want to grow something. Okay, we're going to get to that too. But today, this is what you're in for, and let's get to it. One of my prep tables that I have, this is a landing space for a lot of my produce that comes in from my garden. And why am I starting here? The beginning, I start with the end. What does my family eat? Now, I made a decision on at least 2 vegetables that I don't normally grow. And one's broccoli, one's peas. Why? We have eaten a ton of peas and broccoli this year, and I've had to buy all that. Now, I can help save money by growing what we actually eat. There's things that are easy for me to grow. There's things I like to grow, but what do we actually use? What doesn't go to waste? Not a lot goes to waste because we have rabbits and chickens, and they can eat some overage. And then we put stuff up and store it, and then we also share the bounty. So that is a little bit of how I start. For your step 1, go to your pantry. What are you actually eating? So if you see some of the things, I have pickles that I've canned, and some jalapenos I've canned. This is actually elderberry syrup that I canned, and there's some salsa back there. So those are things that I canned that we didn't have to buy. And I bartered with a neighbor for some canning goods, and I have glass canning jars, rings, lids, things like that that help me to be able to can stuff relatively cheaply. And canning is a pretty easy way, pretty cheap way to be able to preserve food. And I have a couple of pressure canners here, and then I have a water bath canner, and those are just really good ways to preserve your food. There are some things that we put into the freezer. So we have dehydrated items that will dehydrate, and then we'll freeze just on top of that because we don't have a freeze dryer just yet. But I'll show you a couple things that get frozen. So I have some tomatoes and some okra that we froze, and we used a lot of that. And you see we got venison up here, and so we used a lot of that. And the tomatoes kind of taste like a sun-dried tomato. The okra is very versatile, especially when it's dried. You can use the dried okra. It's like a crouton in your salad if you're a gluten-free person. Gives you a nice little crunch. So think through, what is it that I actually eat? What do I not want to have to buy? And start making your list of things that you want to grow. Welcome to my garden. I'm outside. It's about to rain. In May, sometimes you have to tiptoe through the raindrops just to get your stuff in the ground. I made my list and then I inserted it into a planting guide. There's some folks that I have partnered with. They're called seedtime.us. And this week I am due to plant corn and to plant beans. I prefer hybrid or non-GMO varieties of seeds. And so I am planting the Country Gentleman and the Blue Lake Bush 274 from Baker Creek. And I have a spot here. We've done something a little different this year. We do a no-till method, and we've mixed it with another method because our barrier is permeable. We do have fertilizer and we're ready to go. And I'm starting in this plot, this line here, because I had brassicas here last year, and because of the way that we garden, we do have to rotate. I want to get back to Eden in my next plot, because you don't have to rotate when you do back to Eden. There's a lot of other great things with that no-till method. And fun fact, no-till methods have been around for a long time, but in the United States, people were doing it even in the late 1800s. So anyway, I'm going to start with my beans. So after you have your spot and you've decided, some people are going to till, some people are going to have raised beds. At this point, just got to pick one. That's all I'm saying. This is fast startup gardening. This is not let's find the best thing and have a discussion about it, because we want to get things in the ground. This may be your first year, it may be your third year, but we're going to work on just getting it done. So I've got my handy shovel that my husband made me, because I destroy these things. After 12 years, he knows me and he just fabricated something, which is great. I use whatever I have to mark things. I'm going to make something more permanent, but just so I know, I never use the forks when I buy cutlery or the knives. And so I use them to mark plants with, I've used different types of markers, just old-fashioned, and put it in the ground. And when I do my seeds, some people do 3 to a hole. I'm going to be doing 2 to a hole. And right here is my little place that we blowtorched in the soil. I'm going to dig it up, and we'll put you guys over here so that I can do what I need to do. Get my packet. Your packet has a ton of information on it. These sprout in 7 to 14 days. Ideal temperature 70 to 80. Seed depth 1/2 to 1 inch. So I took out way too much soil. So I'm gonna have to put some back in to make sure I've got the right depth so I don't completely drown them in soil. And I just cover it back up, and I go on down the line just like that. Now that's what I call a good time. We've got it all together. If you notice, Teacher Daisy comes into effect when I'm trying to teach people how to do things. But at the end of the day, I'm in it for the fun, guys. Let's be real. I'm in it to save the money. I'm in it for the health. All right? I'm in it just to get out of that house, because sometimes my roommates make me crazy. And by roommates, I mean my husband and my son. It's real. Okay? So here's the deal. What's your why? All right? All right, we're saving some money. We're getting healthy. And what do you actually eat? Start with the end, backtrack, make your list. Figure out whether you're going to put it directly in the ground or you're going to get starts. Because right now, let's be honest, most places, either it's right time or it's a little past time. You know, if you're in the colder climates, you still might be in threat of frost or snow. You got to check your zone and figure it out. But right here in the Midwest, it's prime time for this. And so let's get her done. You know, if you like the content on this channel, I'm going to need you to subscribe and hit the button. Everybody says it, but it just helps so much because we're trying to get the word out here. We're trying to help people hedge off inflation, take care of their families, you know, celebrate your victories. That's the whole deal. So let me know what your questions are. Let me know what you'd like to see. Drop your comments. You know, also, there's other things going on around here. There is a community we're building of like-minded folks. This is a video for beginners, but you know, there's times as you go through the process, you need help troubleshooting, you need community, you need people to encourage you so you don't quit. That's a part of what the Victory Garden Collective is all about. If you are interested in knowing more about that, drop a comment about that as well. Love to have you along. Thanks for watching today, and get out there, have some fun, get dirty. Talk to you later.